Hello, this is Left Turn Productions, and welcome to the LTPSS race number 8 of 15 on the season, and this is one of two races that we're going to have at Calebville here this weekend in the doubleheader. This race we're going to be using the Street Stock cars, and in the next one we're going to be using the Cup cars. So we've got 26 drivers in the field here today, and let's see what the stories going into this race will be. So you've got LJ Toledo. LJ Toledo was assessed a 10-point behavioral penalty after some not so good things in the Discord server. And he was also forced to start at the back of this race. He would have started third and would have gotten 1 bonus point for starting third, but instead he starts in the back here today. But he's got a fast car, so he's looking to maybe rally back and get a solid finish. And then you have James Johnson, who won the last race at Michigan on a 4-wide move on a restart. Starting towards the middle of the pack here today, looking for another solid run, and he has jumped inside the top 4 because of that win, and he's looking to stay in there. And then you have Ben Garrison, who won at Mackenzie Stadium the previous race, and the last time we used the Street Stock cars, but got wrecked turn 1, lap 1 at Michigan, so he's looking to bounce back from that. He's got a fast car. He's starting inside the top 10. And then you've got the top few starters here, the top 3. Caleb Campbell is on pole. He gets his first pole of the season. He's going to get 5 extra bonus points, which he desperately needs since he is one of the drivers vying for a wild card spot or getting inside the top 4. He does not have a win, though, so he would definitely want to win this race. And then you've got the 17 of Jake Hoover, who will get 2 bonus points for that. He is in a very similar boat to Caleb Campbell. And Caleb Rose, starting in 3rd place. He's pretty far down in the points, but he could still make a rally. So let's look at your starting lineup here today. So row 1 is Caleb Campbell and Jake Hoover. Row 2 is Caleb Rose and Brady Wilmington. Row 3 is Brendan Creason and Trivia May. Row 4 is Ben Garrison and Hope Wilmington. And row 5 is James Edwards and Grant Hoover. Row 6 is Riley Neiman and Brian Ferris. Row 7 is Dee Pepper and Sam Lester. Row 8 is James Johnson and Richard Herman. Row 9 is Cookie and Zachary DeLello. And in row 10 is Trey Wright and Jeff Toledo. And then in row 11, you've got Scarlett Rose and Ray Alton. Row 12 is Shane Wensloff and Logan Drayling. Rounding out the field is Jacob Hersner and LJ Toledo. So there's going to be 10 laps here in this race. Shorter race than the other race that we're going to have tomorrow, but that doesn't matter right now, as the green flag has come out and Caleb Campbell and Jake Hoover are going to lead them there. As you just saw the field fly by, Caleb Campbell will get the lead here off of turn number 4, and he is going to lead the first lap, and he's got the other Caleb Rose, stalking him from behind. Oh, we've got an incident already, a caution. Shane Wensloff in the 40 car got spun around, going through the grass. Doesn't look like there will be much damage to that car, so it looks like he will be able to continue. But the first incident of the day, let's go back and check the replays on this one. So it looks like LJ Toledo, on his way working through the field, he just got into the back bumper of Shane Wensloff and turned him around. Wensloff slides through the grass. Thankfully, it did not damage the front end of that car when he dug in, as he spins into the pit lane and keeps it off the inside wall. So Shane Wensloff, who's had a rough season, driving for a team that he co-owns. Here's another replay. Yeah, Toledo just hooked him there. And of course, LJ Toledo is trying to get up towards the front of the field after starting in the back of the pack. So Wensloff will not be out of the race. He will be able to continue after this spin. And we're going to have a restart on lap number 3. Alright, it's the Caleb and Caleb show up front here, as Caleb Campbell and Caleb Rose are going to lead them back here to the restart here on lap number 3. Brendan Creason in the 48 is in the mix as well. He's in 3rd place. And he's going to go for 2nd now underneath Caleb Rose. Rose is able to block. Rose actually gets to the inside of Caleb Campbell, and we've got to fight for the lead. Caleb Rose on the bottom. Caleb Campbell on the top. Rose leads that lap, and now 3 wide for second maybe, but Garrison in the 8 car backs out of it, and now Caleb Rose has sole possession of the lead. Brendan Creason in second, Ben Garrison trying to go for second now, as we're starting to approach the midway point of the race here. At the end of this lap, we're going to be giving out points to the top 10 as the battle for second continues, and Caleb Rose, coming out of turns 3 and 4, is probably going to win the midway. Here comes Caleb Campbell now on Ben Garrison. These two have fought for a couple wins already this season. Caleb Rose will win the midway, and the last point is going to go to the 41 of James Johnson, so he is just on the outside of the top 10 there, and he is able to get the final point here. Oh, we've got contact. That's your points leader, Trivia May, hard into the wall. Brady Wilmington is in it as well. Oh, and we got some more getting collected as well. The 1 car, the 37, Ray Alton. Oh, and we got a late hit, and it's going to be the 1 car of Jeff Toledo flipping on the roof of that number 1 car. So a multi-car accident in turn number 3. And perhaps the biggest names involved in this are Trivia May and Brady Wilmington. But also you've got Richard Herman in the 37, who was up in the top 4 in points for a lot of the season, but has just been on a skid as of late. And also his teammate D. Pepper. Again, we've mentioned all season, this is the first diecast league that he has ever been a part of, and it's not going too well for him. Then there's Ray Alton, who has just had a miserable season, and of course Jeff Toledo on his lid. So a massive wreck into turn number 3. Let's look at the replay. So this all started here. Trivia May and Grant Hoover were coming out of turn 2 on the backstretch, and Grant Hoover just came right up into the back bumper of Trivia May and turned her around. And there goes the 62. He got turned by someone as well. And then it really gets bad when he comes up the racetrack. Actually, Trivia came up the racetrack. That's what got the 1 on the 37. And then D. Pepper, just nowhere to go, slams into the side of the 62. And now watch Jeff Toledo going up the racetrack, being pushed by Richard Herman. And he flips up and over. As you can see, a couple guys stopped there. That's Shane Winslow and Logan Drayling, who avoid damage in this wreck. And Ray Alton got collected in late. So let's look at that one more time. Try and catch who turned the 62. It might have been James Johnson in the 41. So Grant Hoover comes up. Grant Hoover's been causing a lot of wrecks this season. And it looks like, yeah, there's contact between the 62 and the 41. I'm not sure who came down or who came up, but they definitely made contact. Watched a lot of these drivers make it through. Scarlett Rose, what a wreck avoidance there in the 3 car. Ray Alton tried to make it through the bottom there, but just got squeezed down there. And then, of course, there's the 1 car going up and over. Fortunately, everybody that was involved in this wreck is okay. But we've got a lot of torn up race cars that are going to be heading for the dumpster after this one. So we'll show you the results of the midway points and who's going to be getting points, and then we're going to get back to the restart. So here are your midway results. Caleb Rose gets the full 10 points for being in the lead at the midway point. Ben Garrison will get 9, Caleb Campbell 8, Brendan Creason 7, Jake Hoover 6, Trivia May 5, Grant Hoover 4, Brady Wilmington 3, Sam Lester 2, and James Johnson 1. And that's good for Trivia May and Brady Wilmington, because that will soften the blow of DNFing that race. But obviously that's still going to be a huge blow to them, especially Brady Wilmington, who does not have a win and was in the top 4 heading into this race. It won't be that much of a big deal for Trivia May because she has such a big points lead. So, yeah, let's get here on with the restart. Caleb Rose and Ben Garrison will lead them there. And the green flag is back out here in this race as we're on lap number 7 getting into the closing stages. Caleb pushing Caleb there. Ben Garrison didn't get that great of a restart, but now he's trying to do the crossover move on Caleb Campbell, and they're 3 wide. Jake Hoover on the bottom in the number 17. Garrison will get second place as there's 3 laps to go for Caleb Rose. Rose has had a very up and down season, but here comes Ben Garrison. Wow, he really caught him in that corner. And we're going to have a fight for the lead here. Oh, we got some contact with 2 to go. That's not going to be a caution. Jake Hoover collects it back together after getting the bumper, and here comes Garrison. Garrison to the inside of Rose, going through turns 3 and 4. Garrison's going to have the advantage, and Ben Garrison passes, coming to the white flag. Does Caleb Rose have anything left? Can he get the lead back away from Ben Garrison? He closes in a little bit off of turn 2. Goes to the bottom. Garrison blocks. Now he goes to the high side. No momentum for him there, and it's not going to be enough. Ben Garrison is going to get his 2nd win of the season here at Calebville. A great battle at the end between Caleb Rose and Ben Garrison, and Garrison ultimately gets the win as we see the rest of the field fly on by there. Great finish at the end of the race between Ben Garrison and Caleb Rose. Let's have a replay of that. This here is with 2 laps to go, and Caleb Rose has the lead, but look at how much better Garrison got through that corner. Just got right up to the back bumper, and then just kind of worked him over. And here's the contact here. Jake Hoover came down in front of James Johnson. That's the 2nd time a car spun across the bumper of James Johnson in this race. Happened to Brady Wilmington earlier. And then here comes Ben Garrison to the inside of turns 1 and 2. Ben Garrison just looked so strong off turns 1 and 2. They were about even through 3 and 4. But Garrison had the inside lane here and had the advantage, and was able to get by Caleb Rose. And then Caleb Rose had a couple more chances to get the lead back. He caught him a little bit in turns 1 and 2, trying to make a move on the backstretch, but couldn't do it. Then goes to the outside because Garrison was blocking the inside, and that settled it. And Garrison ends up getting his 2nd win of the season, as now we will see your results and your point standings. Here are your race results. Ben Garrison becomes the first multi-time winner this season, and actually I think the first multi-time winner in one league on my channel in a while, because I remember the BMRN LTP Pro Series so far has had a different winner every single race, and I know the York Legend Series had a different winner every single race, so definitely not a very common thing as of late. But Garrison will get his 2nd win of the season. Caleb Rose gets a 2nd place finish. So close for him getting the win, but I'm sure he's happy with a 2nd place finish anyway. Caleb Campbell gets 3rd after starting on pole. A solid run for him. That should put him back in the running for a top 4 spot. James Johnson backing up that win with a strong 4th place finish. Brian Ferris in 5th. Brendan Crease in 6th. Hope Wilmington 7th. LJ Toledo went all the way from the back and was able to get up to 8th place, so a strong rally for that 42 car. Jake Hoover almost got spun, but was able to keep it going and able to get a 9th place finish. And Scarlett Rose rounds out the top 10 as we can see the rest of the field here. Trey Wright has been on a solid string of top 15 finishes lately, starting to turn his season around a little bit. Jacob Hersner in 15th after starting in the back as well. And then we've got the drivers that DNF. Logan Drayling was the last driver to finish the race in 20th. And then Trivia May, the biggest DNF here, along with Brady Wilmington. That might play a factor into the point standings here. Not so much Trivia May because of the huge points lead, but definitely Brady Wilmington. And then you have D. Pepper, Jeff Toledo, Richard Herman, and Ray Alton, both JTG Doherty cars. Unfortunately, DNF from this race. And now here are your point standings. So your top 4 now consists of Trivia May, James Johnson, Ben Garrison, and Caleb Campbell has jumped up in there. He is 6 points above LJ Toledo for that spot. But Toledo has a wildcard spot as of now, as does Brendan Creason in 6th. And Hope Wilmington, Jake Hoover, Brady Wilmington are just on the outside looking in. You've got Brian Ferris, Richard Herman, and Riley Neiman inside the top 12 as well. Neiman, the highest running rookie by a wide margin. And then you've got James Edwards, Grant Hoover, Jacob Hersner, Scarlett Rose. Hersner and Rose need to string together some good finishes if they want a chance of getting a wildcard spot. They can, because they both have wins. They're going to really need to catch up to Creason. It looks like Hersner, if I do the math correctly, is 32 points behind Brendan Creason. And so is Scarlett Rose. They're actually tied. Caleb Rose, Sam Lester, and then I believe Sam Lester on back. It's pretty unlikely that they are going to get in, but technically no one's been eliminated yet. So this should be interesting. So even Logan Drayling, who's 131 points back, still has a shot to make it in. And that is going to do it here today. Congratulations to Ben Garrison for winning once again here in the LTPSS. And the next race, of course, will be tomorrow, the second end of the doubleheader with the Cup cars right here at Calebville. So thank you guys for watching. This is Left Turn Productions, signing out.